Your Excellencies, fellow delegates, ladies and gentlemen. Terrorism equals radicalized politics and ideologies. Terrorists subordinate their individual identities to the collective interests of their networks. This can become long-lived and all-powerful. The Sri Lankan Tamil Tigers lasted 33 years. They had tanks, aircraft, artillery, and know-how. Terrorist acts impact the adversary by disrupting civil life. There is always symbolic significance behind them. The World Trade Center, symbol of Western capitalism. The Pentagon, American power. Paris attacks, EU sovereignty. Their violence mobilizes the terrorist community. It celebrates their revenge on poverty and social injustice and inspires their resistance. Unlike cyber-sabotage and computer hacking, terrorism involves physical violence against civilians. Massacres, hijackings, missile attacks, biological and chemical warfare, bombings, cleansings, hostage-taking. Globalization and the internet have made terrorism easier to franchise. Social media unite world youth and establish a sense of outraged community. Free technology allows instant networking, propaganda, and recruitment, plus training on explosives, encoded communications, planning and executions of actual attacks. Terrorism is not a 21st century plague. It has been around since the beginning of time and has caused leaders and empires to rise and fall. Terrorism demoralizes populations and impacts law and order. But no terrorist movement has ever succeeded in achieving its goals or shaped the course of history. And yet, denouncing terrorist organizations is not enough. In order to dismantle them, we need to penetrate their communities, negotiate with them, and gather intelligence. Only with international cooperation can countering terrorism succeed. We need to remain firm and vigilant. Border controls, extradition agreements, money laundering, intelligence sharing on gun trafficking, and especially on weapons of mass destruction. Potential attacks in the future must be averted. Support for terrorists must be reduced. We need to stand tall, be patient, and not lose perspective. The international war on terror requires faith, political will, boldness, and trust. Let us be frank. In fighting terrorism, we need to admit it cannot be defeated overnight. Yet, we can drastically contain it, beyond double standards, beyond condoning it in one country and condemning it in another. Or we will be accomplices to its monstrosities against civilians, against our shared world at large. After all, our humanity is bound up in theirs, for we can only be human together. Thank you for your attention.